That answers that question. Wallbuster by interface. A compo entry. Congratulations. Yeah, I wanted to take compo this time, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen for a good reason too. I need to get around writing my postmortem soon. Thanks for reminding me, interface. These kind of reminders are important. But anyways, if you like Tetris, this puzzle game is for you. Bust your big shape through the wall. Shape shift to fit through the wall. However, you have limited supplies of shapes. Switch control to the wall and make the lines to grab more shapes for your inventory. Or clear more space to bust a different shape through the wall. Did anyone comprehend what that meant?
No, but maybe it'll become more apparent.
This is fair. I mean, when people read my description, they're like, I don't get it. Quick note. You switch, tab, between controlling the big brick to bust through the wall and the small bricks to make the line in the wall. The small bricks are randomly generated, and you have to use one space to get the next. The next ones are lifted on the left. The big brick you can freely shift between shapes, space, but you have to inventory listed to the right. Make lines with small bricks to clear lines, which opens more holes, gives you more inventory, and scores you points. The big brick automatically busts through walls, no action required. Quick control, tab to switch between wall bust and shape shift, or blocks on the wall. Use mouse cursor to move. WASD or arrow keys to move for classic feel are currently bugging, unfortunately. So mouse it is. Big shape shifting blocks will automatically bust through when they can. Space to shape shift, or to place a block in the wall. Rotate with QE or left right mouse button. If you want to see the initial hole again, press H. P to toggle pause. All controls are bindable using Unity input. Should be fine with gamepad or joystick. Details. Every 5 walls you go up a level. You will get less time, 30% or 30 seconds less every level, but you never go below 30. And you will get less shape power-ups in the wall to collect, never less than 5. That was my dramatic reading of Wallbuster.
Oh, did we let the interface know that they were going to play their game?
Huh?
Or did we?
Are we tweeting to them? Right?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm terribly sorry. I completely forgot about that.
Is that a jam or combo?
No, LD Jam is the generic hashtag to use for Ludum Dare related stuff. Good question. Game ham. Truly. Truly the most dramatic and important thing to take into account. We're gonna go with good graphics here. Here you go. Ah, nice looking graphics. That looks like a title. Oh, okay, new game.
that supposed to bust through the wall or something?
Yeah, I don't understand. Are we supposed to make?
What are the buttons to do that? Well, okay. Alright.
I mean, the parts where it turned green was really promising. So I'm wondering if like the pieces that you're putting back earlier to fill in can also be used to take out shapes. Is it like
It's a bit confusing that you've got up next, which implies that you've got like a fixed sequence of shapes, and then you've also got this thing that says available shapes on the right.
Yeah.
I get that.
what?
Time's up.
Alright, let's read through the instructions one more time.
So that one area was flashing yellow for a few
Bust
seconds.
your big shape through the wall. Shape shift to fit through the hole. However, you have limited supplies of shapes. Switch control to the wall and make lines
We're making
to grab
some
more
progress now.
shapes for your inventory, or clear more space to bust a different shape through the wall. Oh, you know what I think it is? So, the shape buster, if you select any sort of filled space, will allow you to remove that shape. So what happens if you actually place it down? No? Maybe I'm not understanding this person's instructions.
I don't think I did what you wanted me to do. I got a line somehow.
Oh,
Yeah. Oops. Not that. Okay.
So I wonder.
So you get the no.
Every time we think we've figured something out.
Yeah.
this is the most difficult puzzle game we've ever played, Patrick.
You get the
I do
lines.
not feel bad that I am not playing.
By the way, everyone Patrick joined in.
Hey, everybody.
I wonder what the deal is with the silhouettes of the shapes on certain
Yeah.
blocks.
Can you get something?
I'm assuming it somehow goes into like your available shapes, but I don't know how you get them.
Maybe if you fill in that line? Okay.
Remember, you can. Oh, never mind.
I guess if you can clear the line
Yeah.
with that silhouette on it, you see how it goes off to the right? I wonder if like any silhouettes that are on that line when you clear it go in
Yeah.
your shapes. I
Okay.
didn't see your available shapes change there though when you cleared that one.
Can you twist the? Oh, okay. You do you, I guess.
Yeah. So you got an extra available shape
Okay.
of that type. So that's what the silhouettes are. Until I realize I'm wrong. Which probably happens soon.
Wall buster.
Buster. I don't get what the up next indicator is
Yeah.
trying to communicate. Like sometimes it seems like you get that shape after you place one down, maybe, but not always.
That's.
I'm afraid to say knowing how to play Tetris does not seem to really help.
You like Tetris, you'll love this.
Busted! Game over. You still have a little bit of wall left.
Mm, okay, let's rate it. How do I exit it?
Alt tab.
You even got a Kirby as a reward.
And then if you click on the tab, Wall Buster at the very top, that'll be wonderful.
Awesome.
Mm. I'm not sure I understood. I understood I had to get through the wall, but I don't know. I'm not sure that I know how I was doing it.
Alright, it says, and on your right is your inventory of shapes you can shift into. Every time you break through a wall, you use that shape. To prevent running out of shape to shift into, you need to clear lines with the shape. You can also clear lines to make room for a different shape than the intended one, if you're out of that particular shape, for example. So the right column has all the shapes that you can switch the big shape into.
Mhm.
The things on the left is indicative of the small shapes that I assume you can use.
Yeah, you can switch between the large one and the small one.
Right.
Is that it?
That was what the comment said.
Comments?
Yep.
All right. Innovation. I guess it's heavily inspired by Tetris. So I'll give it a 2. Fun. I was kind of confused.
Which is a fun killer.
Give it a 2. Theme. It's alright. Graphics are. You get the job done. Yes, I'll just leave Mood alone because I don't think. I don't feel the need to rate that. Overall, give it a 3. My comment would be, I will just type it, but I'll type it myself. But it would be that I found the rules confusing in the short time that I spent with the game.
Fair enough.
I feel like I understand this is a compo entry, and thus the person only had 48 hours. But at the same time, they still had any time in the world possible to change the description, which would have been much appreciated. The objective of the game was by and far the most confusing part, I would argue. So, like, and there was also the fact that you have all these UI elements that are like placed in such unusual locations that didn't make much sense to me.
I don't dislike the game.
Right.
I wish I hadn't been confused.
Right.
I feel like if you like Tetris, you'll like this is probably the most misleading thing in the
Yeah.
description. That like one of the nice things about Tetris is it's kind of immediately intuitive, I guess, without a lot of explanation. Like you know how gravity works, so the fact that the shapes are falling, as soon as you press a button, you'll see like, okay, I can rotate and move it, and that's, you know, you kind of pick it up pretty quick, generally. Whereas this seemed like it required a lot more kind of just trial and error to figure out even what was expected of you.